All right, this is lesson 8. We're actually going to do this lesson in 3 days. So we're only going to start with the first part. I'm going to take you about a third of the way through the lesson, and then we will continue on tomorrow. So we are still working with percents. We're still going to be doing part equals percent times whole. So let me take you through the first example. Games Galore Superstore buys the latest video games at a wholesale price of $30. Markup rate at Games Galore Superstore is 40%. Use your allowance to purchase the game at the store. How much will you pay, not including tax? So we're going to write an equation to find the price of the game at Games Galore Superstore. Okay, so obviously we are going to use part, percent, and whole. Whenever you have percentages, that's what we do. So let's go back through and read. We have a wholesale price of $30 and a markup rate of 40%. Now, we know that when it's increasing, we add it to 100. So our actual percentage that we're going to be talking about is 140%. That's because it's a markup. I'm going to move my decimal place over twice. So 1.4 is the percentage I'm working with. Now, your whole is always going to be your original. Sometimes it's called wholesale. That's what the store pays for it. And then they sell it for a different price. So our wholesale in this case is $30. And we're going to find the selling price. That's your parts. So the store will actually sell it for a greater cost than what they bought it. That's how they make their money. So let's start with part equals percent times whole. So X is 1.4 times 30. So bring your calculator in. 1.4 times 30 is $42. So they bought it for $30 and they're selling it for $42. That will make them a $12 profit. So what is the total markup of the video game? Well, the total markup is how much did they mark it up? They bought it for $30. They're selling it for $42. Well, to figure it out, you just subtract. Like I said, they're making a $12 profit. That's how much it's being marked up. All right, example 2. A $300 mountain bike is discounted by 30% and then discounted by an additional 10% for shoppers who arrive before 5 a.m. Find the sale price of the bike. Now, we've already talked about when you have two percentages, you need two equations. Never, ever, ever add them together. So let's start with the 30% first. Set up your cheat sheet. It's being discounted by 30%. Discounted means you're subtracting it from the original price. So 100 minus 30 is 70. So the item's going to be 70% of the original cost. The original cost is $300, and we're trying to find the selling price. So let's find the cost of the bike with 30% off. So part equals percent times whole. So X is 0.70 times 300. So 0.7 times 300 is 210. That would be the cost of the bike after the 30% off. Let's now do it with the 10% off. 10% off means we subtract 10 from 100. So now we're paying 90%. 90%, move it over twice, is 0.90. Now our whole is what our original price is, but it's not 300 anymore. It's now 210. We're finding the selling price. So part equals percent times whole. So X is 0.90 times 210. So I'm just going to multiply this by 0.90 to give us $189. So in all, by how much has the bicycle been discounted? So it started at $300, and now whoever buys it is going to pay $189. So it went down by $111. Now there's actually two ways to do this. Notice that I keep subtracting the percentage, but if you keep forgetting to do that, you can take 30%, but whatever your answer is, you have to subtract from the original amount. You could do it that way if you'd like. All right, here are some exercises that I'd like you to try on your own. When you're done, go ahead and hit play and just make sure that those answers are correct. All right.